Hello guys, so welcome to tonight's show. My name is CHUKS and you're on JFL TV, the home of football. So if today is the first time we see our program for you to bring you the latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So for now, I am going to start with tonight's show. All right, so according to see the reports with the Athletic, they put out, so they say the biggest threat to Arsenal's title challenge this season are Arsenal. Now Arsenal by themselves go decide whether they wan win this league for this season, and na dem go still decide say okay we no wan win am. So anything wey go happen from now onwards till the end of the season na Arsenal hand e dey, because dem feel say Arsenal have the best squad in the league, the best squad in Europe right now. Nobody comes close. They have everything wey they need to win the league. So na their hand e come dey. Na the way wey the Athletic this year, because they put out the report. What is the biggest threat to Arsenal's title challenge? The answer is Arsenal. So I don't know whether I want to subscribe to what it then they thought, because I actually think even though all our players are not really firing on all cylinders, but that is not a perpetual situation. It can still change. You see this way they happen to our players now. It can still switch. All of them go come dey fire at the right time. In fact, I dey happy say most of them no dey inform o. Why I say I dey happy, no get me wrong o. Wetin I mean be say e better say dem no dey inform now, dem come change come dey inform, than say dem dey inform dey gba dey come, all of a sudden dem no come dey inform again till the end of the season. So I just dey look for the switch, the switch. And when you lis ten to what Arteta said in his press conference tonight, you go feel say that switch is coming, because they don get heart to heart talk, they don do meeting. You get, for you to know say this league battle omo e no easy o. They don do meeting already, so we'll still get through the details. Now when you look at what Arteta said, the press conference, the transcript is slow, we'll still get there, but look at this. Arteta said, when they ask Arteta how far the reaction to the match we will lose on Sunday now. So Arteta said the reaction to Sunday's defeat has been excellent. We took a moment to bring the temperature down, to pause, to reflect, to ask two questions. One, how do we feel? And how do I myself feel? And then, how do we want to live the next 4 months? It was so encouraging and beautiful. We have earned the right to be in a great position in 4 competitions, and in the next 4 months, we are going to live and play with enjoyment, with a lot of courage, with the conviction that we are going to win it. This is going to be the mindset moving forward and where we are going to put the energy. I'm just hoping that everybody that is related to this club, especially our supporters, jump on that boat, because this is the way that we are going to live the next 4 months. I mean, I reserve front seats for me inside our boat. I go like be there again. You know what I can remember today? Do you remember that time we dey play Wolves, so we struggle, own goal and all that? See then, we had some bad patch, we dey struggle with games, they win own goal. After that, we can't go one kind straight as usual, they knock people, they knock people. Somebody was even telling me, say, Sachus, observe am. Anytime we Arsenal lose guard like this, the next series of games like this, now back, they go just dey fire the goal, they fire the goal. I say, okay, make I go observe am this time around again. But I'm happy for what Arteta is saying, what our captain also have said. You get, so them self know wetin dey at stake. You get, no play, no shiri. And another good news wey I come hear be say Ricky don come back. You get, Kala don come back. You get. So Arteta also let us know say Timber and William Saliba no dey okay. They no go play Kairat Almaty. I mean, I don't forget say I think Merino is suspended, because Merino is not going no even there for the first team training. And I think Declan Rice also is suspended. I think he got a yellow card last match, so I think he's also suspended. So that one no be problem again. Even if you know they suspended, I go expect Arteta to even rest am. Most of all these players like Saliba, Maguire, they should be rested. I should be seeing Mosquera and Capi playing. You get, because part of the excuse we dey give na fatigue. Make dem rest most of all these players. You get, we go still beat Kairat Almaty. For crying out loud, they came from Kazakhstan. You get, they no beat everybody. Now we dey come beat for the Emirates Stadium. They no be Manchester United now. All right, so they call dey ask Arteta about Kairat Almaty. Say whether I don't hear them before, whether I know them. I don't say, see, this is Champions League. Anybody wey dey here na champion, na in good from when they come from. You get, so every team is tough. So they actually, and once you make me like Arteta no dey underrate teams. Yes. say them good in their own right. So maximum respect to them. Now we want those numbers to be higher. That's the margins. But as well, we are 3 goals away from the best team. Whether they talk say we know they score plenty, plenty. Now Mikel Arteta on the criticism of Arsenal's attacking players' lack of goals in recent games. Even for part of the press conference, they even talk about Bukayo Saka. Say Saka no dey score. Arteta actually defended him. Now, this Arteta's claim of we are 3 goals away from the best team. That's not actually accurate because this if I can go check the league, you get unless maybe the Champions League they talk. But I'm gonna go check the league. We'll see for goal for we did 42, Man City did 47. Now, if Saka never score in 13, Gyokeres never score in 9, I be 8, Madueke never score in 20 something. But who score these 42 goals? Sometimes I'll just look this in. I would wonder who score them? Who can score them? Gyokeres score 5 for league. I think Trossard score 5. Maguire score 3. Timber score 4. Like that. Saka score 4. Now so we just share them. They share them. Everybody call it. Zumen is scoring you. Now so we take this 40 something. No, you get. And we no get one. Lori Okobamba, one Babalaye where they score 1 million goals. The Man City we can't get the Babalaye. See how many they score. 47. They are just 5 ahead of us. But when it comes to goal difference, we still they see now. GD. We did 25, they did 26. Just one goal you get. Based on say our defense tight. That's why the goal difference today quite tight also. Now, Bakary Sagna called the talk say, you don't observe this Arsenal and say, him personally think say Calafiori and Timber are like the best people who don't buy ever. You get for a long time. So those two, they did very, very reliable. No be like other players who say they don't really deliver the goods. But say these two are G100, saying they give them their maximum respect. Get well, you might agree, you might disagree. Now you know. Now, away from that, so the reaction to Arteta's when they ask about the defeats. So I think that first one would already talk about. So on how we did that reflection, that meeting where we do, now be the reaction. We don't do meeting, we don't discuss, get bring the temperature down, make everybody understand what we want to do in the next 4 months. Get let's be on our toes. So how did we do that reflection? Arteta said together with the players, it was just a conversation about about that. First of all, because I told them how good they are and how grateful we are to share every single day with them and the position to realize where we are and just make sure that we enjoy with a lot of conviction that is going to happen because it's our moment and we really, really want it. See, as Arteta, they speak positivity into the life of the players. They give them words of encouragement because they are also human. That's why most times when we lose, you see me singing positivity, singing it, you get, because you can't be dwelling on negativity. It doesn't benefit you in any way, shape, or form. You don't gain anything from that negativity. Look ahead. Be positive. You get. Imagine say as I lose now. I think I call it for that meeting. I call to tell everybody say you Zubimendi, you are a shit packer. In fact, you are the most useless player I've ever seen in my life. Where you, Maguire, you are king as a maker. The way they do for our community for the conversation where everybody the para the vex. Imagine Arteta call it like don't they give those boys back to back like that? How you think say the mental health of those players will be? How you think say their psychological clinical will be? So don't be, even though yes, it's true, we don't do well again, but you don't dwell on that negativity. Especially when you are somebody that thousands of people are watching. You can't expect me to come here, open my book, my cavity, and start spewing rubbish. No, it's unacceptable. So you have to know how to talk to people. Imagine say something like that happen. Me say I can't follow the day emotionally drained. Baba, who go call the console? Who go dey send you up for who? Because why am I saying this? Some people will come for comment section. Sir Choose, you know they enter us now the way it's supposed to be. You know they watch Kiniko channel. You know they watch Kiniko. Some people go even send me video. That you waiting this one they talk. Sir Choose, I don't like the way you are defending Ateta. Well, you won't understand, man. You understand. So I just leave that one, move on. Now, away from that, so another thing they can ask Arteta now, Alpha Timber, we don't clear that one. Now, on bringing the temperature down, Arteta say no. It was because of the hectic schedule. So we played 4 away games in 4 different competitions, and it was a moment to pause and see who we are, what we are doing. I said, okay, 4 months. How we want to actually live that 4 months. And it's just beautiful what is ahead. So we are going to live with a lot of enjoyment. I'm very convinced that these players have given us every reason to believe that the outcome is going to be really good. Well, I'm happy, Sha. On if it was always planned to have that meeting after a United game. He said, yes, we do it every 3 to 4 weeks. International breaks. It's really important to understand the reality versus the perspective. And sometimes you have to look with the microscope and then you have to put the telescope in. You have to be able to see everything with clarity because at the end, it's that energy is very important that we need to use it in the right way. You get. So I like the fact that they do all this. And the reason why we know this one is because say Manchester United beat us. If they no beat us, they will do that meeting, nobody will know. Now within them. You get. Now, at the same time, on why our forwards they lack goals and what need to change, I think I said it's clear. Every situation, every player is different. Obviously, the level of efficiency that we showed in certain actions, it hasn't helped to raise those numbers higher. Some others, because we need to produce probably more for them as well. Now, Gyokeres they talk about. Some people we need to score, we need to produce more for them, and those na Gyokeres they refer to for them, even though they no write the name. So it's a combination of different factors, but it's a positive way to look at it. Even without this, look at where we are. So we are going to try to undo that and improve in that area, and then the margin is going to be bigger. The margin to win games is everly going to be bigger. Now, on supporters carrying the scars of previous seasons, 3 seasons so around finish second, supporters is still the people mind, it's still the fans mind. Now they made them the fear. So I think I say, okay, it's a possibility, but we cannot control that one. You get what happened in the past has to be very powerful to learn for the future. That's why Odegaard say we carry am for mind, we never forget to do this and motivate ourselves. We'll continue. Now, that's the only way you can take it. And in life, there are many examples of that. You have to keep trying and giving your very best to try to achieve what you want to. And if not, or very best that you are able to achieve, because maybe someday, maybe somebody else is better, and you have to accept because this is a sport as well. That's it. We all channel the energy and live the moment. And the next 4 months in that manner is going to be very much enjoyable, beautiful, and the outcome will be very, very good. I think I don't talk this in like 3 times now. That the next 4 months is going to be beautiful, and the outcome is going to be very, very good. See confidence. I like them. Yes. Share the positivity, make it the go round. Yet. Now, on if Odegaard can lose his captaincy to another player, because a lot of people have been saying it, that Odegaard needs to be taking off that captaincy. Now, Ateta said no. The minutes he plays as well are related because obviously he had two shoulder injuries. He was out for 6 weeks with a knee injury. We have the possibility to change games, and the games maybe require something different. And every player is important to be able to achieve that. Now, away from that one again, on the message wey Ateta dey send to the supporters wey dey for the Emirates Stadium, because the supporters, the Emirates Stadium don dey very, very nervous. Na nervous ground, you get people dey fear for that place. Now, Ateta say that's why I encourage the fans to jump in these boats. That boat wey say the next 4 months everywhere good, I say make dem keep front seats for me. He say I'm telling the fans to jump in the boats because it's going to be fun. Because the excitement, that conviction, that energy, that will is the way you have to live when you want to achieve a dream. What is that dream? We want to win the league. Now, when you want to achieve something that you play for, 10 months, because out of that, a lot of incredible things are going to emerge. Some of the things that we cannot even imagine. And for me, that's the only way to live it because we are going to give absolutely everything. We are going to prepare in the best possible way and the best possible chance to deliver what we want. Is putting all the energy and channeling. Hmm. I'm loving this. 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 Because it shows say that meeting wey Ateta do with the players. Everybody dey tell Ateta say Kochi we go die. We go kpai for here. You get we shed blood. Oh God, oh God, oh God. This league never ready for wetin dey come. Like I'm happy. I'm feeling the energy. I'm feeling the energy, Aji. Now, they call it based on the way Ateta dey talk, we go say, but Kochi, you sure say you never dey see the finish line? You get, you never start to dey see the finish line. And that's Oga, calm down. It's still dey very early. The amount of games that we have in so many different competitions, that's going to be in the last 5 or 6 games. Okay, if say now maybe in the last 5 or 6 games, I would say, well, when you're talking different competitions, I'm talking about the Premier League. The Champions League, the moment you are in those semi-finals, then you are very, very close. That we are in the semi-finals and have one game to play against Chelsea, that's a different story. But up to then, as I said, it's putting the energy in the things that are going to make us better. On the challenge of the tight schedule we will get, I think I say it's been like this for like the first 7 months of the competition. So whether it was the domestic league, Champions League, or with international players going to their countries as well, so there's nothing new. The good news is that we have some players back as well. Now they are going to be helping us, and we are so used to it. So that's never going to be an excuse. Now, on whether Saliba and Simba, they now resting, just want to rest them. Abishe, then get injury through. We say then get niggle. You get so me and you know say all this one a lamba juice get. I think I just they put them a cup for those who go drink and me I know say Leeds game they go there available. Now, on not having one player scoring many goals than the rest, I don't say Omo, as you see, I'm not so busy about Siamo, but I saw a lot of incredible talks about the team and individuals when we won in Milan 3 days before. It's a beautiful thing about this game. Same player, same team. Shebi na with the argument try to put forward in the morning where Vieira they talk say we don't have mental strength. Why are they like pick on Vieira now because him be our legend? You should have known better. Karaga they talk him, Garinevi they talk him. Now Ateta self the see Ateta defense now. Now the same thing beats Inter. After the Inter will beat, a lot of people spoke highly of us. How we are the favorites to win the Champions League. How we are, our head is up there. How we are focused. How we are shaking it on. How we are this. Now we lose against Manchester United. The narrative is that we don't have mental strength. How? Same team. How? You don't understand. That's why the talk say, why is it the only when we lose? The mental strength narrative or mental capacity comes up. But when we win, nobody says it. You get so you don't hear Ateta defense to that thing, and that's very, very valid. Now, on if the team needs to get more out of our attacking players, you see, the truth is we want those numbers to be higher. But as well, I think we are 3 goals away from the best team. That's not true. Now, so we are not that far. We are 5 goals actually, not 3. So you know the too much here. The mistake we do not too far. So the margins are still very small. We want to be the best in every statistics, but it's very important that we can read the stats in a manner that is useful for us and especially for our players. Now they call they ask about Bukayo Saka say, Baba, you know say Saka for like 13 games, Baba never score. You know what I thought. I know that say nobody don't they look Saka 13 games. Go look Saka last 200 games. Basic numbers when they put. Yes, it is true. When you look at the 200 games, Saka na agba, you get. But that is when you are looking at Saka's form. So that one I get them before. We look at Corinthians, get first and second. Like Corinthians we did now nobody carry us go Old Testament. So I don't say Ateta Everly just want defend because I can rightfully so I don't hold anything against them, you get. So that's the much you can take on Ateta's press conference. So let's proceed with other news. Now, also from part of the things we talk about Arsenal. So Kai Havertz today he joined the first team training. He gets so remember I said they say this guy he gets more recurring injury. Kinikon. So from the look of things, he's getting very very close to full fitness. So honestly, I'm very very happy for him. Now I can't see one news. Say Aston Villa won't sign Tammy. No, be say one they don't sign Tammy Abraham. Fabrizio Romano break am. You get when I saw that news, I was like, wow, TNT Sports have carry am official like permanent move. Also, they re-signed Douglas Luiz. When they sell through it, then I go, then a woman carry and go, when I Juve, we go. From there, they send them go out on loan. Last year, he don't come back to Aston Villa. So for you to know, say, this Aston Villa, they know they play, they know they play, they very, very serious. So make we no go where they move. Aston Villa go come from nowhere, even though me, I'm not even looking at them as a rival. But I saw we don't even look Leicester City as a rival before no happen there with the league. So, but I don't think it's going to happen this time around anyway. Yes, I think it's still between we and Manchester City. Honestly, that's the way I see it. You might see it differently, and that's fine. Now, away from that, we will bring you a message from Mobi Wealth Associates and Co Limited to the into construction services, dredging, canalization, real estates, and shore protection works. They're also into mechanical and fabrication services and procurement services nationwide. So if you want to reach out to them, you call them on +234-8064642234, and they're located at number 7 Ekeniwa Road, or Razi, opposite St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Port Harcourt. So if you're interested in any of their services, please do reach out to them. Now, away from that, we get this Turkish furniture for sale where they're bringing from Turkey. You get So they get complete set available. They get two three-seater chairs, two single-seater chairs, three side tables, one center table, big size dining table, six pieces of dining seats, and six throw pillows. So if you're interested, make you reach out to Madam Adobe on 080 206 026 34, and the location is Shangotedo Aja, Lagos, Nigeria. So if you get any interest, make you just reach out to her ASAP. Now, away from that, so okay, I think in this particular report on removing captain ban from Odegaard, I've taken that one. Now, Paul Scholes got to talk say if Arsenal win the league, Arsenal will be the worst team ever to win the Premier League. That's if we win the title. Make I just take you through the report before I go talk my own. Paul Scholes insists Arsenal could be the worst team to win the league. If Mikel Arteta gets the team over the line in the Premier League title race, the Gunners in Premier League title race, that means say will be the worst team. Now, because I want to take only the quotes where he make. Scholes said on the latest episode of the Good, the Bad, and the Football podcast, if Arsenal win the league, they could be the worst team to win the league. If you're thinking of picking a team of the season and picking the front four, nobody from Arsenal team gets in that. Now, look at the previous champions, like Liverpool. When Liverpool win the league, Salah battle away, score like mad, you get. So brilliant. Possibly the only one person who go feel say maybe they go talk say in the brilliance. Now Bukayo Saka, but even the Bukayo Saka self, he has not scored many goals this year or given assists. Now make can talk say if we win, it will be the worst. But my surprise, we are in the talk that about that podcast. There were people there. Carragher supported him because I think it was written in that report. Carragher agreed with him because after him talk, they say, and former Liverpool defender Jamie Carragher echoed Scholes' sentiments. Yes, it's a fact that we are not scoring more, but to say if we win the league, we will be the worst, it's not quite true because common sense should have told him that if we win the league, now because we accumulated more points than everybody. If we will accumulate more points than everybody, is seen as the worst. What if we can't talk about the rest? Are they the best? If we, because you said use common sense, we win the league by accumulating the most points. Like the points where we get, nobody get them. How are we the worst? How are we the worst? Like make it make sense. Where then put one law, say anybody who won't win league, one person must score 20 goals for their team. Where that law dey? So if your team won't win the league, your forwards must score 10 goals. It will be nice if you can score it, but don't make it look like it is written in law that is the template to follow. It must be that way. No. Sometimes there are exceptions to some things. You get. Ideally, normally, we expect say anything wrong with the league, everybody, their strikers will be high flying, but we are an exception to that normalcy. So I don't like that narrative. Well, I no worry. I mean, this is what they talk now. What do you think? This is your Postco's talk now. Say if we win the league, we will be the worst, worst team to ever win the Premier League. That doesn't make any atom of sense to me. They just find how to demonize this our title if we win at the end of the day. They are looking for negative talking points. Now, Antonio Conte when they praise Arsenal, you get say when you look at football game now, like modern game, everybody they look for edge. So you got to talk about in the new Champions League in press conference, you got to talk about set pieces. Say Arsenal they very, very dominant in set pieces. And now what he himself won't try to do. Because when they were asking him about the growing trend of teams scoring goals from set pieces rather than from open play, Conte replied, it is proof that football is evolving at an absurd pace and you risk falling behind. So you must follow them. Today, you need a goalkeeper who is good with the ball on his feet, who has long range under pressure. Before, you just had the ball and waited in your half for the pitch to counter attack. There was a division, I attack you, you defend. Today, that's not the case. So it's quite different. So when you look at the next slide, you go see when talk, and reach the second paragraph and say, today you see us now dominating and setting an example in set pieces. We are all looking at that aspect. We want to dominate like Arsenal. Having a player who can take long throws is important because it's like a corner. Long throws now are the new corner. You get? So just like orange is the new black. So having a player who can take long throws is important. Then you have to have be good at explaining these things. Well, Baba just talk plenty. The praise us. I don't want to dwell much on that. Let's move forward. I don't make the video too long. Now, Kieran Gibbs can they defend Gyokeres. Say Gyokeres go still score. Make everybody just calm down because the majority of the team are conditioned to playing without an out and out striker. So I think there's just an adjustment period there with Gyokeres. I love him by the way, so he's just taking him a bit more time, and maybe even the other players self is taking them time to get around him and get used to playing with him. That's why till tomorrow I will tell you say it's unfortunate he came at the time we want to win the league. You remember when I made that statement? So that's just the way it is. Now I don't know how many of you missed this thing will happen. Maguire and Gabriel Maguire still won't fight. After the match, Maguire go meet Gabriel Maguire making shake am. Gabriel Maguire no gree. The video just dey come out today, I do the same. So Maguire can't take offense, say, shey because una lose, I wan shake you, no wan shake me. Come push Maguire before you know, people gather. I watch the video, but at the end of the day, that's a Manchester United goalkeeper, Samiens, Abi Lamiens, come, separate. Players come gather, last. Everybody find square root here. Everywhere just good, get some message just be. So, my dear Arsenal lovers, I think it's a fine place for us to call the show an end. So, till I come your way tomorrow morning to give you the morning news. So, then, thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your night. Have a good night. I'm going to get out, right, guys. Ciao. Gotta go.